For a second time, Grand Rapids leaders are declining to rename a street after a teenager killed by gun violence last year.
13 on your side's Callie Lichter has details of the latest attempt and how the teenager's family continues to look for ways to honor his life.
For a second time, the city of Grand Rapids has declined renaming a street after Amelia Penn, a teen whose life was lost to gun violence last summer. This time it was Delaware, where Penn lived. Last time it was Umatilla Street, a few blocks south of here, where Penn was killed. A second attempt to rename a Southeast Grand Rapids street in honor of a teen lost to gun violence was declined by the city earlier this week. Amelia Penn was just 15 years old when he was shot and killed on Umatilla Street in June of last year. His father, Corey Penn, petitioned to rename Umatilla in honor of Amelia this summer, which was met with community pushback.
You guys are going to open up a can of worms you can't close.
We don't need a sign to validate violence.
It brings back too much memories of what happened right there on that street.
And ultimately declined due to criteria and community feelings. Now Penn is asking to rename Delaware Street Southeast to Amelia Penn Way, which is the street where he lived. A letter to the city engineer Tim Berkman from Penn says in part, "We now have over 2,000 online signatures and 400 physical signatures. I've spoken directly with GRPD Chief Eric Winstrom, who confirmed his support and that of the department." Second Ward Commissioner Melinda Yasasi said at the October 7th Community Development Committee meeting that it's difficult to take everyone's feelings into account.
On what that policy says is somebody who's made contributions during their lifetime, which is hard to have that discussion with with somebody and regarding their child. Everybody's life is important.
She also says why go through the same process if it would have the same outcome.
To not move it forward would be the same outcome, say if there was a new process. So why would we have somebody go through that process if we were going to do the same thing?
She suggested other ways to honor all lives lost to gun violence in the city. In a city agenda action request letter dated the same day, it reads in part that the request does not meet required conditions for approval, and we will not further process this request. The idea of creating a memorial for lives lost to gun violence in the city has been brought up in committee and commission meetings since the renaming effort began. In Grand Rapids, I'm Callie Lichter, 13 on your side.